Hey guys, it's Renaissance Reborn, and I'm here to talk to you today about throwing folding knives.
Boom.
So a lot of people have been asking me on YouTube and on Blade forums, can you throw a folding knife? And the answer is yes. A lot of people think you can't because folding knives aren't meant for throwing. Now that's true, they aren't meant for throwing, but that doesn't mean you can't throw them. It just means they're not going to be able to last as long as normal throwing knives or fixed blades would. For example, today I'm going to be throwing this. The Frost Cutlery Fast Eddy. It's a cheap little folding knife that I got for $4.
I chose the Fast Eddy because it had this nice little tanto tip here, which would make it more apt to stick into a target without having the possibility of hitting the back. You always want to go for a more spear-pointed sort of knife when choosing a throwing knife.
But the important thing is that it is a folding knife, and you can throw it. Now, because it's a cheap knife, it's not going to last long. And the higher quality your knife, the more likely it's going to last when you throw it. But again, it will break eventually, so you don't really want to buy very expensive folding knives to have them just break in the end. A good eyeball estimate of how much damage a throw does to a knife, I heard, was a throw is just about the same as a hit on the back of the blade. You know, when you take your knife and you whack it against something on the wrong side. A lot of people do this to test locks and destruction tests, but that's a good way of eyeballing it. The reason you can throw folding knives is because, like any other knife, they have a balance point. Now, a lot of people say, but you need a balance point in the middle to throw a knife. This is not true. A balance point in the middle of the knife just makes it easier to throw the knife because you can throw it from either the handle or the blade similarly. The role that the balance point plays in throwing is its distance. If you've ever taken physics, you'll know that torque is the distance from a center that you're applying force perpendicularly to it. If you haven't taken physics, I'm sorry, I can't help you. But think of it this way. It's not where the balance point is on the knife, it's how far away you are from the balance point. So as long as you're holding it a usual or comfortable distance away from the balance point as you would on any other knife, you can throw it. For example, the balance point on this knife is actually in the middle. That just makes it convenient. When I hold it here, I'm about 4 inches away from the balance point. So if I've ever thrown any other knife where I've been 4 inches away from the balance point, this will feel comfortable to me. The weight is also going to weigh into it, but the important part is applying the torque. Now, you'll be able to throw folding knives, but know they will break. I just threw this maybe 3 times, and I lost a chunk on the handle. It's some hardened rubber crap. Also, I've gotten various good hits, but I can already feel the tightness giving way in the blade. You throw a folding knife the same way you'd throw any other knife, except you can have the option of taking it out of your pocket, flipping it open, and then throwing it. It adds a bit more concealability to the art of throwing knives. Now, here's just a quick couple of throws. I'll show you of throwing the folding knife. Here. I really don't know any good knives to use for throwing knives when it comes to folders. I suggest you just get really heavily made ones. This one happens to be a liner lock, but if you're going to use a liner lock, I'd suggest a thick one that's not going to bend if you get a bad shot off of it, because remember, the blade is going to be pushed down and it's going to all go toward the liner. If the liner's a flimsy piece of crap, then it's really not going to last you too many. Probably lock back is your best option. But any comments or questions, put down below, or wherever. PM me, and it's been Renaissance Reborn. Thanks for watching.